Hello, I'm Peter Severson. I'm with Lutheran Advocacy Ministry-Colorado, and I'm here with Michelle. Hello, Michelle.
Hi, hello.
How's it going today?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm feeling great.
Okay,
Like, really
good.
excited about this political season. A never-ending stream of optimism
Here we go.
is coming from
I
me.
think you're alone in that emotion, but...
Well, I usually am alone in my emotions. So, Michelle, you would say you're a prototypical college student?
Sure, yes.
Yes.
And very generic, just like...
Very much you
cookie
fit
cutter.
in these boxes. Right,
yeah.
exactly. Well, that's what we're looking for.
Oh,
Is
perfect.
a cookie cutter college
I'm
student.
unique just like everyone else.
You are voting, I'm guessing, for the first time in a presidential election. Is that right?
Yes, this is my first one.
Wow. And how does that feel?
Fine. Could be a little more exciting.
Great reaction. I think you've articulated what America is feeling. Fine.
Fine.
Fortunately, there's not just a presidential election going on. There's
Oh,
all
good.
of these other
What?
things
Other?
happening. Right. There's a Senate race here in Colorado you may have heard of. There's, of course, all of our state legislators, our county commissioners. God knows what's going on here in Boulder. You probably have ballot measures about banning cars from
Oh yeah, no more cars.
driving in the city limits.
Just no more cars.
Anyway, so the ballot measures that we have, we've got 9 of them actually on the slate. So
Okay.
the ballot's going to be very long.
For Colorado?
Colorado specifically. So there's 9 measures, and Lutheran Advocacy Ministry-Colorado, which I'm the director of, takes positions on ballot measures sometimes, advocating on issues that are relevant to people of faith. So that's part of our work, and we're very excited about it. We don't take positions on candidates. We're totally nonpartisan in that respect. So what I'd like to ask you is, what have you heard about Amendment 70?
Amendment 70. I've heard about Amendment 72. Did you want to ask me about what it said? I've heard about it, but don't know the number.
Sure.
Which is happening a lot, which is a big issue because I'm constantly hearing about different things. I know there's the tobacco issue, and then there's the slavery one, but I just don't know the numbers.
No, absolutely. So Amendment 70 is the raising the state minimum wage.
Okay.
Have you heard a little bit about that?
Yes, I have.
Okay. In conversation on campus or in newspaper, TV?
Yeah, here and there, and then in my internship in Denver, we have a meeting every week, and we talk about different Colorado politics and things that are going on locally and globally, yeah.
Our state minimum wage is in the Constitution, for better or worse, which is why it had to be an amendment rather than a statute. So it would raise our minimum wage from the current wage, which is, do you happen to know the current minimum wage?
$8.50?
Very close.
Okay.
$8.31 an hour.
$8.31.
You're right there. And it would raise it up to, do you know?
12?
That's right.
Okay.
$12 an hour by 2020. So it would kind of go in approximately $1 increments per year, up to $12 an hour. Now, as I said before, we as the Lutheran Advocacy Office sometimes take positions. If you had to guess, would you think that we have a position on this?
I mean, I'm being interviewed for it, so I'm going to go with yes.
All right, well, nailed it, because we really set you up for that one. Yes, we do have a position on this, and we are in favor of it.
Okay.
We base our decisions on the social statements of the ELCA, which, like many other denominations, including the Episcopal Church, we have statements on these big social issues like economic life. And so based on the theological and social reflection that's in that statement, we, as an advocacy office, decided this is something we do want to support. In 62 out of our 65 counties, you can't pay for your basic expenses on the state minimum wage, even if you're working full-time, just for yourself. Not even if you have a dependent or if your spouse is married and you have kids. It's pretty low relative to the cost of living. And I mean, we're in Boulder, right? Like this is the nexus of high cost of living Colorado. So even if Boulder wanted to raise its minimum wage, which it probably might want to, given that it's fairly expensive, they're not allowed to.
Yeah,
our state statute requires all municipalities to have the same minimum wage, which is why it's being raised. There are opponents who say that cost of living is different, and if you raise it to $12 an hour in, say, Pueblo, I mean, that's a lot higher relative to the cost of living than it would be, say, in Aspen or a resort community, which is true, but in order for us to change it, legislators would have to allow municipalities to decide, and they have shown no appetite to do that, unfortunately. What have you been thinking about this?
Well, my one speculation is that when you raise minimum wage and more people have more money, then prices go up for things. Isn't that how economics works?
That's a great point. I mean, and that's something that opponents of the measure have raised as well, is that the idea that wages go up and then prices do as well.
Yeah.
Which is true based on research in other states that have done this just within the last 2 years, Nebraska, South Dakota, Alaska. Data shows that when the wages go up, prices do go up as well, but they don't track one-to-one in terms of the increase. So if the wage goes up 50%, which is approximately what Colorado's will go up by 2020 if this passes, from about $8 to $12, that doesn't mean prices will increase 50% as well. The data shows that, in fact, prices in an area like San Francisco, which raised its wage to $15 an hour, in the past 3 years have only gone up about 3 to 4%. So prices do go up, and that is a factor worth considering, absolutely. But they don't shoot up in the same way that the wages will be raised. And the San Francisco example is a little bit different because they raise their wage all in one fell swoop, whereas in Colorado we're doing this gradual approach, which theoretically gives businesses a little bit of time to adjust. So thanks so much, Michelle. Appreciate you talking about this. The only question left is, will it pass? And there's really, I think, as far as I'm aware, only one way for us to settle that, and that's our friend.
Yes.
So if you would do the honors. We're about to find out if the minimum wage increase will pass in Colorado.
Right. Oh, better not tell you now.
Oh, that's
intriguing.
Deeply mysterious answer. So I guess we'll find out.
I guess you'll have to vote
On November 8th. 8th.
Wow. Are you gonna put some graphics here and?
Right now we will.
Great job.